everyone, and welcome to episode 69 of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast. My name is Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Gape.
Hello there.
And Zach Hamilton.
This is my favourite number of an episode.
Why is that, Zach? Pray tell.
Because it's the most recent one, and the most recent one is always the best.
That is true. Do you know what? That's true. That's very true. Jen's going to show you something really adorable. Genuinely, we're going to start off this podcast, because so often we get naughty and silly. I'm going to start off with a lovely little story. So, towards the end of last year when I was teaching, last term, this year has been so long and weird. Anyway, finished last term, one of the children left me a present. The children I was teaching left me a present. I wasn't able to pick it up until the Saturday, and to know what they gave me? A little bracelet with a little anchor.
Oh,
nice.
I like it because what terrifies me more is that they've seen the podcast. Which
how old are the kids that you teach?
83.
Children, yes, yeah. So, but at the same time, I love that.
That's so cute.
It's really adorable. When I saw it for a while, I was like, "Why have they got me an anchor?" I was like, "Oh, of course, because I like sailing." Yeah, exactly, exactly. How are you doing, gents? Zach!
Yes.
You're here.
I'm here. I haven't been here in ages.
Yeah. We were just talking beforehand, before Dav got in the room, actually, that Zach's beard is every time like I speak to you, Zach, you're always like, I think it's time to shave it. And it just doesn't go. So that it's always like, it's a lovely surprise.
It's funny to me because I was like, why are you always surprised that I've not come up? It's because I'm always saying I'm going to cut it, and I never do.
But then that's great. Lazy. I love it. It's just a nice little surprise. Like, oh, it's still there. It's still growing. And I'm still enjoying it. But yeah. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, man. It's all been good. I've even been playing some, dare I say it, new games this week. How that never happens.
Are we talking about new or Zach Hamilton new?
I mean, my version.
Okay, so games from 2013.
Wait, actually, you've been playing Halo 2?
Yeah. No, I think the last 3 years, both of these games are at least from the last 3 years. Okay.
So
that's
I'm excited.
Pretty good for me.
I'm excited.
Pretty good for me.
I'm excited to hear. How about you, Davy G? Davy G, how you doing?
The game I've been playing is over 10 years old.
Oh.
So it'd be a bit of a role reversal.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm all good, baby. I'm all groovy.
I really like your pillow. I think you've got a really nice pillow in the background.
It's really nice, yeah. I mean, lots of gaming paraphernalia here, but
I don't care about those. It's the pillow.
It's the main thing.
If anyone's listening, it's just a really nice pillow.
It's a really nice pillow. I take no credit for its purchase or placement. But it's a really nice pillow.
I also enjoy the placement. I should add that as well. So the purchase and the placement are both equally brilliant.
Yeah, I just want to say that even though it's episode 69, we've got a long time until episode 420. So really take it all. We've got a long time before our next good number.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
Imagine if we made it to 420, man. That would be awesome.
Well, yeah.
I think at least one of us won't.
Is that a threat, Dav? Is
that a threat? Do you know, actually,
I'm going to stick around.
While we're talking about Dav's background, I always love your Gengar.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
the ocean bomb. Its flavour, white grape.
White grape.
Yeah.
You think it would be like red grape?
At least
purple
red grape.
You think?
Amazing. Well, that was an introduction. I really enjoyed that. Maybe we should take our time in the introductions more because that was a wild ride. I enjoyed it very much.
I think that might have been one of our shorter introductions, frankly.
Should we just talk about the podcast and then get into our first little story? Should we just get into that? Because it's not been a busy week, so we are definitely getting to the bottom of that barrel. Still, we're still here. Stay with us. Just because the news is shit doesn't mean we're going to be shit.
I think we've actually got quite a lot to talk about aside from that.
Exactly. Zach's beard, Dav wanting to murder me, probably.
And then at some point we'll remember that we're a video game podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about video games. Do you know what? Maybe what we should start doing is start talking about games we're excited for. Because I know Dav Gape in particular is very excited for a game that's coming out very soon. So maybe we should start doing that. Games we're excited for, especially when they're very close.
12 hours.
Anyway, we're a video game podcast, as Zach Hamilton just said. If you've never listened to us, if you have, then you know. Go to Patreon, go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to Twitter, follow Dav at DavEG, follow VGA, follow Zach. Although I don't think you use Twitter, do you, Zach?
I have Twitter.
I think Twitter is usually just where women go to fawn over Zach. So if you want to do some fawning, if you want to go and look and peruse,
and you don't have to be a woman.
You don't have to be a woman.
Yeah,
No, I've done it. That's
true.
I'll admit to that.
Johnny,
so long as
you don't have to be a woman, man.
No,
it's fine.
No, exactly.
So long as you're a fan of either Charles Manson or Rasputin, then you're in good luck.
Yes, I fawn every time I see you guys. Oh, thank you, ACP.
I'm sure Johnny's been spending a lot of time with Rasputin.
I was just about to say that was quite a nice touch. I was thinking about that, Dav. Yes, it's very.
Anyway, speaking of video games,
yes, like we said, go to YouTube, go to all those places. You find us quite easily, and we like you. That's about it. If you listen to us, we like you. Thanks. Okay, let's talk about the news. So first news story I'm going to talk about is probably something that's gonna. I guess the person that might have got the most from it might have been Dav Weeks, but because I think this was his first console, or at least the console where he enjoyed.
Yeah.
So the same person that has said that Game Boy Advance, Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are coming to the Switch Online, has now said that that's been corroborated by a lot of people, and also that the N64 will be coming, which does kind of make sense in the sense that it is the next console, we've got two consoles out, and maybe the next two. It would make a lot of sense. So we'll chat about that just really quickly. I'll just mention what it's about, and then if you want to go watch it, his YouTube video, and also listen to his podcast, it's a really good listen. It's really interesting because he's mentioned. I think he was one of the first people that talked about the 3D All Stars Mario game that got leaked. He does have a lot of credibility. He has got things right a lot in the past. Anyway, Nate the Hate is his name. We mentioned him before. And Eurogamer have also agreed this is what they've heard as well. Basically, been saying that N64 is coming to the Switch Online service. On his recent podcast, he said the following: Eurogamer went one step further, having noted that additional platforms will also be added to Nintendo Switch Online in the future. And today, I would like to add that yes, that information is accurate, and one of the platforms that will be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online in the future is the revolutionary Nintendo 64. So that is, I mean, again, these are rumors. This could be absolute nonsense. Often they are. So I don't really want to talk about whether the rumor has any credibility. I actually just want to talk to you about what they can actually bring if this did come. So, like, if the N64 did come to the Switch Online, I think it could be amazing. But also, like, I want to ask you guys. I'll chat about my thoughts in a little bit. But what do you guys think? Do you think they'll just go the full hog, if you will? Do you think they'll bring out all the big guns straight away, or do you think they'll bring out the smaller stuff? How do you think they'll go about doing it?
I think they'll find a number, because it was like 20 for the SNES, and 30 for the NES, or vice versa, one or the other. I think they'll stick with like a sort of a 20 or 25, because there aren't that many games for the N64.
That's my thought. Like, there's really not that many, and there's an issue.
They might go with like 15.
And the issue with the N64 as well is like 7 out of the best 15 are rare games.
Are licensed, yeah, and they're rare games, yeah.
So unless they paid Microsoft, I mean, they do have a really good relationship with Microsoft, so it wouldn't be that ridiculous if they managed to get the license games on there. But
any rare game with Nintendo property is owned by Nintendo, at least, so that's how they have like Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's stuff like Perfect Dark and Banjo-Kazooie that where like those were essential purchases on the N64. But yeah, Zach, what are your thoughts?
Does Microsoft is the Banjo-Kazooie, is the rare stuff super valuable to Xbox to Microsoft these days?
With Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Perfect Dark has got a new game in production as well, so like that. Because
incidentally, I noticed Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie on the Game Pass the other night, and I was like, cool, I could play those. And then I was like, I can't be bothered. Like, I'm probably not going to play those games again anytime soon. And maybe that's how I feel about N64 games. I don't know. What would be the big ones for you guys if you were gonna pick out all like the fifth, like the. You said like 7 best. Like, what are the ones on there for you? What, like Zelda?
This is the conversation I had with Dav Weeks a couple of weeks ago, because we were talking about the N64, and you were saying we just rattled through them. And we were just like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong 64 would probably be up there. GoldenEye, but again, there's issues with GoldenEye. See, that's the issue. You get straight into like after those games, you get straight into like not the B tier, but the next levels. So, like games like No Mercy and games like I love No Mercy. It's a phenomenal game, but I doubt that'll be on there.
Pokemon Stadium would go up there for me, I think.
Yeah,
but maybe but not for everyone.
Yeah, well that's the thing, and also like with Pokemon, we know that they're a bit funny with putting Pokemon games on there because I don't think any Pokemon game is on the. Well, then again, I guess no Pokemon games are actually on the. They're not on the NES or SNES.
Yeah,
but then
you could get them on the 3DS though, couldn't you?
You could
get like,
but not all. You could get loads, but not all of them. So they're a bit like pick and choosy with that. I don't know. I think
that's really weird.
Yeah,
I hope for some of the more rare titles, not made by Rare, but rare in hard to find titles. There's a series that I've never really played called like Ogre Tactics or like Ogre Battle, but there's this, and I know there's an N64 version of that, which like just holds its value and still worth like just as much as like a PS5 game is. So things like something like weird stuff like that, and
like Wave Race as well, would be great.
Yeah, Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is such a good game. I'd love to see that on there.
That's
I'd play the heck out of that.
You'd want to play the games that you haven't played 1,000 times. Like if I want to play Ocarina of Time now, probably if I want to play Ocarina of Time, I'll probably play the 3DS version just for the Water Temple alone.
Absolutely. Like,
but if it comes to like as you say, like the hardest one, I want to play the Mother series.
Yes,
that's SNES.
Yeah.
And I think those aren't cheap. Like if you want to get the proper copies, although of course obviously you can get there's like the SNES mini things that they sold and all that kind of thing. But that'd be the sort of thing for me, I think, that would probably get me on board. I mean, incidentally, I'm always talking about Super Metroid. It's one of my favourite games of all time. But I didn't play it until I was 20 years old. I played it long after the fact.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be the thing. Because really, I think, generally speaking, with those real classics, if you want to play them, you have them.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Original Paper Mario would be really good.
Oh yeah, Yoshi's Story would be nice. Like there are a lot of games they could use. I just think that, like, for instance, we saw what they did with Mario 64, and they've already sold Mario 64 as a game. So it would, and I guess what they could say then, if they put it on the online system, they could be like, okay, well, this is the original game, so this doesn't have it's not up-res, and it's not got 60 frames per second, like all that kind of stuff. It's just a bare game. But then, at the same time, like, Zach, you kind of nailed it on the head with regards to Ocarina of Time. I wouldn't really want to play the original because the 3DS version is so superior. It's a better version of that game. It's
just cleaned up. I mean, if you want to play and have the real experience of the original game, either for novelty's sake, for the sake of just, like, putting yourself in that perspective or whatever, then that's one thing. But I think in general, if you want to enjoy Ocarina of Time, you played it not that long ago, Dav? Like last year. That was on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, at no point when you were I was really excited when you were playing it for the first time, but at no point did I think, oh, you're missing out on the original experience. I never thought, the whole time I was like, man, you're not gonna. The only thing I thought is you're not gonna understand why people fucking hate the Iron Boots so much.
Oh, it's so much easier.
It's painful in the original.
So much easier.
Why? What was the issue in the original?
Well, you couldn't map them to a button, so you basically had to go into the menu every time you wanted to take them off. So, like, in the 3DS, it's like click, click, click.
It's constant. Yeah, you're constantly having to go up and down in the water, so you're constantly having to hear boom, boom. It's a little thing on.
It's like the worst aspects of, like, when you played a Game Boy game, like Link's Awakening on the original Game Boy game, where, like, there's literally 2 buttons, and one of them is the sword. And it's like, oh god! Like,
and there's no reason for it either. It was just a mistake. Yeah. They just kind of didn't think about it in time.
But yeah, I just thought it'd be an interesting conversation to bring up because I think it would make a lot of sense because at the same time, if they wanted to make money from this, they could have made money ages ago just by doing a virtual console, because I think lots of people would have bought that. But if they are trying something different, I think with the N64, it's not going to be hard. They've already got an emulator working on the Switch because the same one they used for Mario 64. So, like, they've got it'll work fairly straightforward. I just think that it just seems like they would run out of games fairly quickly, especially if they didn't get Rare on board. But at the same time, there are a few games that I would like to play that I don't have. Paper Mario is actually a really good shout to have. Yeah. That's one I've never actually played, and it's really hard to get a hold of.
Have you played the second one?
Thousand Year Door? Only when I was, like, a lot younger and not for very long. But I've played about 15-20 hours of the Origami King, and it's really good.
Yeah. The only reason I mentioned is 2's the only one I've really played, and I didn't know this until recently. But it's the one that people rave about.
It's the peak of the series.
And I just kind of thought like it was a weird because it was the second one, so I kind of felt like I was coming into it at a weird time. But I still think it's spot on. It's a very, very good game.
Yeah.
Well worth a stream actually. If any of you guys wanted to play it, I would think it'd be a really fun one to stream with a lot of fun characters. There was a long series though.
There was a big thing last year when Origami King was coming out, where people were just like, "Can you now remaster 1,000 Year Old?"
Yeah.
So much, and then it didn't happen. People were like, why? Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's stick with Nintendo though, because they've flicked a switch apparently, and now Bluetooth audio works on your Nintendo Switch, which is just apparently it's not very good though. Dav, have you tried it, Dav?
No, I haven't.
So apparently there is a delay that is noticeable if you listen for like. You can have them, and it's fine.
Sure.
But it is noticeable if you are looking out for it. And I think if you have noticed it, I'm
never unnotice it.
Exactly, and it's one of those things. Once you've noticed it, I was like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I couldn't do that. I haven't tried it myself because I don't think I actually have. I actually stopped buying Bluetooth headphones because I was like, I can't use them with my Switch. So there's no point. I may as well just keep buying headphones with the plug. But from the people that I've seen online, they've tried it, and it's fine. It uses the same connection as the Joy-Cons, so you are actually limited to how many Joy-Cons you can connect, because I think the Joy-Cons are it uses the same wavelength, so you can only use a limited amount when you're using Bluetooth headphones. So yeah, that's all it was. They were just like, no, we didn't want to do it for a long time, and they're just like, screw it. If someone wants it,
you're only going to use headphones if you're playing it like handheld, presumably for the most part. I'd have thought.
So then you wouldn't need the Joy-Cons to be connected. I wonder if there's less of a delay if you are using it handheld.
Sure. That's a good shout, actually. They did do a couple of other things. They updated the dock, although this is to do the OLED model systems, and that's to update the LAN. Let's do the LAN connections. But also you can maintain internet connection when in sleep mode. I think that's just to aid with like downloading games and stuff. And you can also switch between 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz frequency on the internet, which is nice. It's just nice to have options. It's just nice to have options. It just feels weird that they didn't do all of that, especially the first thing, day one. But I don't know.
It's only been 4 years. Give them a chance.
Well, I think this sparked a big conversation with a lot of people saying, "I want folders. Give me folders. I want themes. Give me themes." Yeah. I want Zelda on the background. That's exactly what they're saying, which is really fun. All right, let's move on. This is just a very brief one. Oh, actually, do you know what? I'm going to skip to the next story because I think Gape, I'm not sure if you've seen this story yet, so I kind of want to talk to you about this. Okay. So, is it Quantic Dream?
Yeah.
Okay. Their next game will be based on a Star Wars IP, it's been claimed. So they're the makers who made Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. I have not played Detroit, but I have played Heavy Rain. Ethan! That's the one, isn't it? Where it's just like, is it Ethan? Where
you press like X or something.
Yeah, you just like, have you guys? Zach, have you seen that?
I feel like I've heard it, but I don't think I've actually.
Okay,
seen
I'm
it in
fairly
context.
sure he's just like Dab says. He's just going through a big mall and he's just shouting, "Ethan! Ethan!" Like he's searching for his son who's gone missing, and it's just weirdly funny. He's just like, "Ethan!" Amazing. But anyway, they're going to make a Star Wars game, and I don't know how to feel. How do you feel, Dav? How does that make you feel?
I hope
all of the
that
feels?
You are a droid.
Me? Or?
I hope that you're a droid who has to discover that Anakin Skywalker has murdered all the child Jedis. Wow. And I hope it lasts.
That'd be cool.
2 hours.
Is that when the droid is going around searching for little dead children, going, I don't know, like Ethan, just searching for Anakin, just running around.
Or I watched. So I've started watching the Clone Wars TV series. And it's a really
nice,
weird, good, fun, odd episode where C-3PO and R2-D2 basically just keep getting moved from planet to planet by accident and end up like ruining or disturbing or like revolutionizing different civilizations that they stumble upon.
Oh, wow.
Like accidentally like killing a leader of this tiny population by like pushing R2-D2 over and like they're like, oh, now you will be our leader. It's like, no, no, but our leaders are chosen by combat. It's like, okay, pick your 3 smartest people. You're right. Let's vote between those 3. Then. So like, they start like evolving like democracy into this like tiny civilization and stuff.
Classic.
Imagine if you were going around just like manipulating different civilizations as like droids and and then those civilizations, depending on how they evolved, would then change and interact with the other planets that you evolved with.
That'd be cool.
No, actually, I'm not against having a game where you're seeing it through the perspective of C-3PO or R2-D2, because I think that could be quite interesting, at least.
Or
different.
You just Chewbacca, who works for like
is a
detective. He's a detective, and he's got to interview loads of like murder suspects.
Go on, do the voice
with no subtitles.
No subtitles, and everyone's like, "Oh yes, I found the murder weapon." It's just like
you've done it. You've done it again in Inspector Chewie.
Yeah, it's like Detective Pikachu, but he is just saying Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu, but it's Chewbacca, and he has a voice. That would actually be fun.
That would actually be great.
It's going to be clones.
Oh, yeah.
I've not played Detroit, but a lot of it is about sort of sense of identity of like these like robot clone things that they have, and I think it's going to be clones, and it's going to be them being like, wait, I'm more than just a clone. I'm a man. And then, like,
yeah. But yeah, I thought I'd ask you for your opinion on that, because obviously, if you don't know them too well, if you don't know those games too well, anyone listening, they're not really action games. They're kind of like interactive stories.
They're branching narrative adventure things.
Yeah, so it's weird. I mean, I'm all for it. Great games are awesome. Let's have more of them. But I'm just intrigued to see what they would come up with. Anyway, just want to quickly mention a delay. I don't know if you guys know about this. That's Electronic Arts has officially delayed Battlefield 2042 to November 19th, which is not too far away.
It's so far away.
Yeah, a lot of people on it. So it was really funny. I read this when it happened. So Jeff Grubb mentioned on Twitter that there was going to be a massive delay, and everyone like, and it alluded to the fact it was going to be Battlefield 2042, and EA's like shares like plummeted, and then when the delay got announced, and it was like there was like a month it's been delayed by, it just went shot back straight back. It was like, what? This industry is so stupid. Like the people who like do shares and stuff in the industry, they have no idea what they're doing. Like you see Nintendo shares just suddenly just dropping because they've not done something. You're like, Nintendo are consistently inconsistent. You've just got to ride that train, baby, and like that's it. Like
it's up and down, but like the ups are slightly more than the downs. So like you do end up over here, but you've got to ride that train.
Exactly, and it's like. With that in particular, it was just like, I think people thought it was going to be delayed until like next year, and it was going to be like a massive like 6 months delay, and oh my god, it's going to be the worst thing in the world. And when it came out to be a month, everyone was like, oh,
they're still hitting Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay. I'm fine with that. I can deal with that. But yeah, I just thought that story was really funny. I
was really upset because there was supposed to be a beta coming out.
There
in 4
was,
days.
yeah, there was. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And of that game and the other one that I don't really want to mention anymore, I would much rather play that, even though EA are also not the greatest company. I'd rather play Battlefield anyway. Anyway, let's move on. Last little topic, unless you guys have any other stories to add on top. THQ Nordic had a little thing last week. Announced. I haven't got all the games they've announced. I've just got a couple here. So they announced Destroy All Humans 2. They're doing a remake of that. Outcast 2. What is it? MX versus ATV Legends. Don't know what that is. Apologies. Jagged Alliance 3, and I think the big one everyone wanted, which is SpongeBob 3D platformer. I can't remember what the name was called, but
it's called mythic something.
People really enjoyed the first game. It's a weird following.
Did they?
Yeah, people seem to love it. It's really weird.
Because that was their one thing more. At the end.
It was their one thing more.
I was like, are you joking? Of all the properties THQ Nordic have, they have like 64 games in development right now.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot.
But there was another game called Expeditions Rome that looked really cool. But yeah, Jagged Alliance 3, this is a series that I have never touched, and I need to play this. And it might be, I don't know when this podcast comes out, but Jagged Alliance 1 is currently free on Steam until Wednesday. So
get your free
that's
game.
worth noting. Get your free game, folks. And it's cool. It's like a tactics turn-based thing. Looks really cool. And yeah, I watched the whole thing. Did you watch the whole thing, Jonny?
No, I missed it. So I only caught up. I was in work, so I only caught up with it after work. So I just kind of skimmed through what it was. And I saw the big announcements.
Yeah, all the games were kind of sort of B tier, but not in an offensive way. Like it was quite.
That's
nice
THQ, really, isn't it? They don't really have anything triple A.
Basically,
really.
well, they've got a few. They've got quite a few IPs, but not. Everything's sort of bubbling under the Nickelodeon generation loves them some SpongeBob.
Oh, did you see the added a character to the Nickelodeon All-Star Fighter? Who did they add?
No.
Oh, Zach, I'm going to need you to do me a favor because you're Mr. IT guy for some reason right now. Can you look that up? Because I have no idea what it is.
Say it again for me.
So there's a Nickelodeon All-Star Fighter thing. They added a new character.
Oh, yeah.
It's All-Star Fight. All-Star Brawl. They added a new character. I'm going to tell you it is. They added Ren and Stimpy.
Sick.
That's who they added. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm very tempted by that game because it just looks so silly, and I love that they're just like, yeah, this is Smash. I don't care. See me. It's great.
The MX versus ATV Legends game actually looks really good.
Oh, really?
So you must have seen the box art at least for these games. The MX versus ATV. It's like motocross, motorbikes plus like dune buggy kind of thing, and they're like together and they're racing.
Yeah.
They've had a whole bunch of games. But this one's got like a proper like career mode and stuff, and like if that's on Game Pass, I'm all over it. But
what's that big series? It begins with a D, doesn't it?
Darksiders.
Darksiders, yeah. I think people were expecting something from that. Is why I think
we need a break from Darksiders.
Yeah, the last one wasn't very good, was it?
Yes, I mentioned Game Pass. Thank you, Chickpea.
Game Pass. Game Pass.
Xbox Game Pass.
All right. Any other news stories, you gents?
No, not from me.
Talk about anything?
No.
All right. Well, Zach, seeing as you haven't been here for a while, and I'm really intrigued. You intrigued me by telling me you played a game within the last 3 years. That was made within the last 3 years, not within the last 3 years. That'd be even more impressive.
Now I'm second guessing myself because I'm pretty sure one of these. I swear to God, one of these just came out.
Okay.
But the first one definitely came out a couple of years ago because it's only just been gaining some popularity, as I understand. One of my friends put it on one day, and he was like, it's Halo meets Portal. And I'm sure you've heard that comparison made already. It's a game called Splitgate. And it's very, very cool. That's exactly what it is. It's Portal meets Halo.
Yeah.
And that, in of itself, makes for a very cool metagame because a big part of it is making
2019.
You're all right. 2019, so it's close. But yeah, so it really has, as I understand it, hasn't really gained much traction until now. And yeah, so the metagame is really affected by the portals. Most of the time I get my ass kicked because someone puts a portal behind me and kills me from behind, which is so cool that you can do it. It's really, really fun. It has one of the things that I'm always harping on about, which is making getting around fun. Which it definitely does. It uses the portals, which is inherently fun, but on top of that, it has a slight jetpack to it. Not enough so you can really
whiz around
or anything, but just
an aid.
It's just a little bit of like an adjust, which is really important because for some reason they've decided that they want bottomless pits on some of their levels, and I think that's a terrible mistake for a first-person shooter, particularly one of that style. But the little jetpack thing just helps aid that. It doesn't stop you from being in the middle of a firefight and walking off the edge of a cliff. Which I find a bit... just seems like a, pardon the pun, but a misstep on in terms of the design.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if anyone disagrees with me and thinks it's a good thing, please let me know why, because I really just don't get why you would do that, especially in a game where you have hypothetical feat. You know, it's one of these... like in any first-person game, you kind of have hypothetical feat because you're not going to be looking down very often. But in this one, you really don't have any feet. So what?
I don't know why I find that funny. You don't have any feet.
You don't have feet.
Yes.
Anyway.
Are you enjoying it though?
I am. I'm really getting into it. I started to play with Quentin, who's a supporter of the show, and he's a little bit of a higher level, which means I get paired with much better players than myself. So generally, I'm probably going to be playing it on my own. But yeah, man, it's really, really good. I think it's well worth a shot. If you're into shooters at all, I think it's worth giving a go and having a mess around with the portal thing, because it is a cool meta game.
Sorry, go on. No, I was going to say I really agree with you though. When it comes to first-person shooters, I really hate it when there's like you're in a bit of a fight and you just fall off a cliff. It's like, oh.
It just kind of spoils it for me. Like, I just kind of wanted to have a fight.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. What was the other game? What else?
The other game I played is a game that we've already talked about, so I won't talk about it for too long. 12 Minutes, which I played per your request, Dav. And remind me, you liked it, did you or no?
I did like it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I really liked it. When I was playing it, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I love what's happening. I don't want to say too much because I think everyone should just play it. It's on Game Pass, so go do that. But I definitely think we could do a full deep dive on it because there's a lot of stuff going on that I did all the endings. I had done most of them of my own volition, and then I got to a point where I was like, I'm pretty sure I've done everything. I'm gonna see what I missed, and I think I only missed one, maybe two minor endings, so not the credit one, the one that rolls the credits.
So the weird thing is with the end of the game, and this isn't a spoiler, is that it's possible to play through a few of the endings.
Yeah.
Whereas I got stuck and could only play two of them, and I was like,
that's a pity.
So annoying. But yeah, just because there's like 3 dialogue choices, and one of them cuts you off, and you're in a weird loop then you can't get out of, and then you're supposed to go that one, then that one. And then that one. You can
get out of that one.
I
think. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it afterwards.
We'll talk about it after the show or another day or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Johnny, you've not played it yet.
I've not played it. No, I've got it downloaded on the Xbox. Like I've just been trying. Like anytime I get time, I play Psychonauts.
Do you know? Well, actually, another point to make is I played it with Bronwyn, and she's not always into games. She likes some games, but she said it was her favorite game that we played together.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty something. Yeah. I was surprised by that because I put it on just being like, oh, maybe she'll get into it. And then we were like, I don't know, 10 minutes in, and she was like, what's going to happen next? We need to find out. Yeah. So we stayed up until like 5 a.m. or something, just sitting and trying to figure out the next part. Because every time you get to the end of like one section, you're like, oh, well, now I need to the next thing.
Oh. Right, great. What if I try this and I do this and I use
exactly.
do this?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so great as well is it really does. It's got that great point and click adventure thing where it does put it up to you.
Yeah.
It does have the point and click adventure problem of like, we didn't think of your idea, so it's wrong.
Right.
But that's I don't really begrudge that. That has to be how it is. I don't think there's any kind of way around that. And I don't think that's like bad design. That's just the nature of a point and click adventure.
Yeah, it's a puzzle and like...
Yeah.
Exactly. It has an answer. So those are the games I've been playing. When did that come out?
That was this year. That was like last month.
I did it. See, I thought that was right.
Zach, you'll actually have a Game of the Year contender this year.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Oh, yes. Finally.
Thank God for Game Pass, eh?
Yeah, right. Do you know what? It's true, though, because I have to say, because I don't have an Xbox anymore, so I've just been using my housemate's one, but he does have Game Pass, and man, we get to play all kinds of games.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get why you've been pushing this, man. It's a very cool thing. Big fan of that. In fact, I'm actually just started playing Dead by Daylight, which I'll tell you about next week.
Nice.
As a result of the Game Pass.
Awesome. Dav, have you played anything?
Yes.
What have you played?
I completed a game.
Ooh.
Jonny, you'll know when I say it.
Okay.
We've spoken about it before. But it's a sequel to a game that I did not enjoy. It did not age well.
Okay.
I'm pleased to say this also didn't age well, and it's Uncharted 2.
Oh no!
Oh man, it was going so well. I was really enjoying it.
Is it the ending?
No, it's the second half of the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my gosh, like this game, it just, the longer you went into the game, the more you realise they hadn't really changed much at all from the first one. The combat is better, but still sloppy. The traversal is okay. It's not good, but it's okay. It was a real problem in the first one, but it's okay. But the contextual button presses, so X is to jump or to go up when you're traversing, circle is to go down or to dodge. And they had a good thing where, like, if you're near an edge and you dodge off the edge, it'll do the dodge animation and go, oh, wait a minute, this is a hang off the edge bit, and then you'll hang off the edge, which is jarring, like, to look at, but, like, it's a good way of guaranteeing that that's not going to happen. But just, like, the contextual, and, like, there's just, like, jumping over things when you didn't want to, or, like, jumping when you wanted to, like, leap over something, or, like, going into cover and then rolling when you wanted to go into cover and just, like, my God, this game. But, like, you know, the performances, just like in the first one, are excellent. The characters are a bit weird and two-dimensional. And, like, there's a whole, like, love triangle thing that just somehow resolves when, like, characters just betray everything that they've portrayed throughout the entire game. Like, but, like, with no real, like, sort of turn in their character arc. They just, like, oh, yeah, no, I'm fine with that now. It's like, because it's the end of the game? Or, like, what are we doing here? And then, like, they've got these sort of weird monsters that turn out to be, like, M. Night Shyamalan The Village style.
Honestly.
But even then, when they do take the stuff off, they are monsters. Because they've been blah, 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 blah. I won't talk too much about it. But, like, I'll spoil some stuff, but not everything.
I mean, it's a 10-year-old game, I think.
10-year-old game.
You can spoil it.
You can say, I think it's fair to say.
But, like, when the weird sort of Yeti monster, like, gets revealed and they take off the mask, and it's just this, like, hulking purple dude. You're like, oh, it was just people in masks. No, it was some weird ass purple freaks in masks. Why were they wearing masks? They were perfectly fine being weird purple freaks.
Yeah.
The Yeti. When the Yeti came in, my jaw hit the floor. I was just shocked that this was in an Uncharted game. It's so
and that's the thing, because the first one was really grounded for most of it. Like, it was a very grounded story, and that, like, the final...
Until they threw zombies in it.
Yeah, until they threw zombies in it. But, like, at least at the very end, you're fighting, like, a human, whereas in the second one, it does just go... Here we go. It's like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, like that kind of...
That's totally how it feels, right? Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
Yeah. Well,
so Zach, you love this game, right?
I hated it. I hated every second of it.
I'm getting severe flashbacks here to the first couple of episodes of the podcast.
But to be fair, you're right. A lot is improved from the first game. I think that is definitely... Because I played them back to back. I played 1 and then 2 straight away, and there is a big jump between... Was the last time you played 1 for the Rank the Jank? Yeah.
Can I just say one thing as well? Like, because it's like all I can hear in my head whenever I think of Uncharted is just because it would. And Dav is totally right. Traversal is so bad sometimes. So, like, you'll fall off stuff often and to your death all the time. So all I have in my head is Rah! And then that sort of like cutting sound, like you died music, and it's just like, oh my god.
That death jingle was ringing in my head at certain points in this game. At least they took out all the stuff where you drive vehicles, because that was trash in Uncharted 1. And they thank God they realised that. And they're like, right, not our strong suit. We'll take that out. But then they replaced it with a sort of Crash Bandicoot.
Vanessa, thank you so much. We're just chatting about how much Dav hates Uncharted 2.
Just completed it this week. We're talking about games we've been playing, and my gosh, Uncharted 2 is an utter pile of trash.
Yeah.
Hasn't aged well at all.
I've got a bit like, again, I remember getting to the combat when you get to Tibet, and just think, because loads of people come in that bit at the end where you're just fighting off like hordes of people before.
It's just so stupid.
And the
combat's dreadful.
It's dreadful. Like, it's not great. And I just remember thinking, it's just so sloppy. Like, I didn't enjoy that bit at all. I did not enjoy that at all.
The combat's dreadful. The traversal's dreadful. And like, at least in Uncharted 1, the characters seemed really grounded, and like there were really great performances, and the characters seemed great. And in this one, I was like praying for the cutscene every time, and when I saw a number saying it was the next chapter, I was like, I'm doing it. And I got to one point right towards the end, and I was like, right, I'll just save, and it was like 98% complete. I was like, oh my god, yes, final chapter!
Well, I'm very excited to see what you think of number 3.
Oh, it'll be a long time before I play that game.
Because it's worse than 2 as well, which is great.
I will tell you what I have started.
What have you played?
Because I will be playing Kena Bridge of Spirits, and
nice.
I will have completed that by the time our podcast rolls around next time. Mm-hmm. But after that, I'm going to be playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice. Oh, you get the 60 FPS? Ooh,
yeah,
that's going to be lush.
It's going to look sweet.
Lovely. Yeah, I checked it on recently and played it for about 5 minutes. It does look gorgeous, so you're going to have a whale of the time.
I have played the tutorial when you were playing as a child, and I have to say, I can't remember the name of the dev studio, Guerrilla Games.
Guerrillas, yeah.
They don't do children well. I
didn't like the opening.
They had you play as a child in Killzone Shadowfall, and the kids just look like shrunk down adults.
Fair enough.
Really weird, and they don't move like kids. Yeah, but anyway.
It gets better. Yikes. It does get better.
Yeah. There was promise. In the beginning, at least. Sure.
I'm not really going to say much more about Psychonauts. I'm still playing it. I've been again really, really busy.
How far are you now?
So I've just finished the third brain. I just did the casino level. Really good fun. I've got to be honest. It was a really interesting thing I did. There were a few moments where there was a few moments where I was like, oh, the controls are a bit frustrating. Like not massively so, but sometimes it would be like the slide moment where you slide down loads of it, and I forgot that I had that levitate. So I was just sliding, going, how the hell am I supposed to get over this? And I did it about 3 or 4 times. Levitate, of course. And I was just like, I didn't have it out, so I had to slide, stop, pause it, and get the thing out, and then change it. I was like, it's a bit.
I think that's a benefit you get from playing the first one.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that sliding stuff. Maybe they expect you to be like, slidey bit. By reflex, equip that.
I don't know what it is. I think I hate slidey things in all games. I don't know what it is. I just despise it.
Jedi Fallen Order.
My god, man! All the time. And I enjoyed that game, but those bits honestly drove me nuts. I hated it so much. But otherwise, I'm really enjoying Psychonauts. So I said that I'm just saying the same stuff as last week. The music is great. The theming is awesome. The characterization is brilliant. It's just such a well-made game. It was just a few moments where I was like, it just feels a little bit janky, but not long enough for me to go, this has ruined the game. Just I moved past it within 2 seconds, but that was it. Gents, should we just get into the quiz? Should we wrap this up?
Baby.
So we can let Dav get into his little stream. His little stream he's going to do. Right. If you want to take part in the quiz, absolutely feel free to. I can't pay attention because I can't do that
Pop
physically.
Your answers in the chat.
Pop them in the chat. We'll be like, oh, good. And then that'll be it. Anyway, all right, question number 1. Order these 3 Fire Emblem games by release date. Okay? The Binding Blade, Genealogy of the Holy War, Thracia 776.
These are all Japan ones.
These are the Japan ones. No, well, I'm not going to lie. I was almost going to give one away then. I will shut up.
Right, say it again.
The Binding Blade, Genealogy of the Holy War, and Thracia 776. I think it's Thracia or Thracia. Let's go with Thracia because that sounds cool.
Okay.
If you get one in the right position, because this is quite tricky, I'll give you half a point. If you get one right, I'll give you a full point if you get all 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1, press enter. Zach, what you got?
776, Binding, Genealogy.
And Dav?
Binding, Thracia 776, Genealogy.
You are both wrong.
Oh no!
It's Genealogy of the Holy War. Sorry, Dav. You are right. Dav, you've got half point. I just realised you got half point. Yeah, so it's Genealogy of the Holy War, Thracia or Thracia 776, and then The Binding Blade, which is the first game that released in the West on the Game Boy Advance, I want to say? Game Boy Advance. Let's go with that.
Okay.
So Dav, you got half a point. Question number 2. Which Nintendo console released the most Super Mario titles? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, you will get 3 different consoles, and I just want to give you a little bit of help here. So I'm going to say a few things to help you along. So these are games from the world of Mario, but this is not including Donkey Kong. So that includes, and this also includes Mario vs. Sonic at the Olympics. That is included because it is a Mario game with Sonic. Yoshi's Island, because that is also a Mario game, and Luigi's Mansion because they get us in the same world, but it doesn't include Donkey Kong, so I just want to put that out there. So, is it the 3DS, the DS, or the SNES? The SNES?
Oof.
And these don't include... So another thing I should say as well is imagine these are physical releases as well. So these are not re-releases. So like on the 3DS, you can buy, I think, and the DS, I think you can buy the original Mario game, but that doesn't count. I'm on about like games that are like released, have a proper release. All right. What are you guys going with?
I'm going with the DS.
Yeah, I'm gonna say DS.
You're going with the DS. Do you know what? You're both wrong. And
3DS.
It's not just that. It's the 3DS has the lowest number. DS, so it goes...
What?
Sorry, it goes DS with 14, SNES with 16, and the 3DS has 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so close to doing 3DS.
25.
You've got loads of like weird games. You got
Mario vs.
the Olympics
Luigi,
games,
the Olympics games, yeah. Like,
the Luigi Mansion games, there's two of those
on
there.
Mario 3D Land, like you
I should have just turned around.
Just all of them are there. Yeah, 25.
Mario Luigi Dream Bros.
Yeah, that's
Mario Tennis Open.
Yeah, there's a golf game as well, I think.
Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
There we are. So
wait, what are you guys talking about?
all the games on the 3DS.
Wait, no. Oh, on the 3DS.
Yeah, 3DS. Yeah. So 3DS has the most games.
I thought you were talking about on the Wii, and I was like, you didn't say Wii.
No. I think someone in chat said Wii. To be fair, someone in chat said Wii.
No, because I was looking back at your games, and I saw like.
You saw the Wii.
I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean Wii?
What is this madness? No, I know the Wii.
No, we weren't talking about this great creation, which is Alan Hansen's Sport Challenge.
Woo! I had that as well. I love it. Amazing. Question number 3. Worst games in the best year. Which of these games had the lowest scores on Metacritic in the best years of gaming? The year is 2007. Right. So again, these are in alphabetical order. Is it Call for Heroes, Cruisin', Deal or No Deal, or Yaris? I think Toyota put a game.
I hope that's a Toyota
game. Call for Heroes, Cruisin', Deal or No Deal, or Yaris?
Okay.
Do you guys have answers?
Mm-hmm.
You have answers, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. You both with Call for Heroes. Call for Heroes is the best game out of that list.
Wow.
It has a whopping 25 out of 100.
Yikes.
Cruisin'.
What does Deal or No Deal have?
Cruisin' also has 25, so it's joint fourth shittest. I'm going to enjoy the podcast, guys. Thank you so much, Pranessa. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye. Deal or No Deal had a whopping 20, and Yaris, as if it was made by Toyota, because they don't make video games, had a 17. Yaris.
Yikes.
17.
Wow.
Okay, gents, how many games are there in the Mega Man platformer series?
Oh wait, Yaris is a Toyota game.
Is it actually?
Yeah, you know, in like a bumper cars where they have the hook that attaches to the ceiling, so it's like got an electric connection. Imagine that, but on the hook are like weapons.
Oh.
And they're attached on top of Toyota Yaris's.
Oh wow. Interesting.
It looks absolutely dreadful.
Oh god.
Sorry, what was the question?
The question was how many games are there in the Mega Man platformer series? Now I'm going to give you. This is the platformer series. So like there are loads of other games as well. So is it 27, 28, or 29? My resources that I looked at online were telling me there were over 140 different ones, but a lot of those were including phone games and they were repeating the same games. So it's
you basically want the main line and the X one.
The X, and then there's a few that are spread out from the X as well.
I was going to say that.
27, 28, or 29.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. There must be another collection that I'm not thinking of.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just picturing Mega Man and then Mega Man X 1, 2, 3.
There's a few others, I just can't remember what they were called.
Okay.
But these are the ones that are included anyway. 27, 28, or 29. You guys have answers?
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter.
27.
Dav went 27, and one of you's got it right. And it's Zach Hamilton, because he said 29. There are 29. And I've just written...
I nearly said 27.
It was really funny, as I just wrote 29 next to Zach's name. He's not got 29 points, he's got 1.
Yes, he does.
I don't want another third of a point fiasco.
Didn't I win that
You
one?
did, by a third of a point.
I want another third of a point fiasco.
Okay, question number 5. Which of these 3 games is the worst-selling Mario title from the series as a whole? Okay, the worst-selling Mario title. Is it Mario Party 6, Mario Luigi Paper Jam, or Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color?
On the Game Boy Color? That exists?
That exists.
Oh my goodness. Say them again for me.
Mario Party 6, Mario Party 6, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, or Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color. I loved the Game Boy Color. I really loved it.
Game Boy Color's great.
Great console.
I've still got mine.
Are these the 3 worst selling Mario
These
games?
are the 3 worst selling Mario games from the entire series. Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter, guys. You both went Paper Jam.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. I think it might have helped if I told you what console Mario Party 6 was on. It was on the GameCube.
On the GameCube, right at the end of its life.
Yeah.
I almost said that for that reason. But I feel like I know loads of people who had it, so I feel like that couldn't have been
Mario,
it.
So in third place of, I guess, in terms of it's all better. Third from bottom, I should say. Mario Tennis with 1.18 million. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam 1.06. Mario Party 6 scraped 1 million. Just over 1 million.
Imagine the worst selling game in your franchise that has like 50 odd games.
Yeah.
Still selling 1 million.
On a console that didn't sell very well, and they brought out like 4 Mario Party games on the GameCube as well.
Yeah.
So like, that is it's still mad, isn't it? Like,
yeah, why did they do that? There was 4, 5, and 6 within the space of like 3 years.
I think they were desperate for games on the GameCube. Well, not desperate.
Yeah.
It was the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
There we are.
I guess so, yeah. True that.
You had FIFA, you had Madden, you had Mario Party.
Well, we get it again on the Switch. We get it again with the new Mario Party. Here we go. This is Play That Kazoo. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Lovely.
Here we go. Can you hear? Zach, did you hear that beautiful tone?
I heard it. Oh, you bastards.
I know it.
I know it, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, I do know it. I know it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dav, I'd be shocked if you didn't know that one.
I was like, I've heard this a lot. Why have I heard this so much? But then now, actually, I'm doubting myself.
I feel like I've heard it in a Smash Brothers.
I don't think you would have.
Maybe.
It sounds like, I feel like it's a tune I would have heard when someone wins, you know, when they play that theme.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it is. I know it, but I've never. I
really hope I haven't got this wrong now.
Okay, Zach, are you going to throw? Have you got an answer?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
it's definitely not.
Okay,
this.
press enter, Jen. So what have you got, Zach?
Kirby.
Dav Gape.
Final Fantasy 9.
Dav Gape, I am disappointed.
No,
it's Donkey Kong Country.
Oh.
It's Donkey Kong Country. I think it's the theme for all of like the intro for all of the games as well.
It is.
I just started before we came up. Question number 7. Remedy Entertainment, creators of Alan Wake, also created which game series? Max Payne, Spec Ops: The Line, or Sunset Overdrive?
I still can't get over that I didn't get Donkey Kong Country. I knew it so well.
Remedy Entertainment, creators of Alan Wake, also created which of the game series? Max Payne, Spec Ops: The Line, or Sunset Overdrive?
I think I know this, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know why I would know this, so that makes me think I don't know it. I'm just guessing. But it sounds really familiar. Like, I feel like I've heard this before.
Okay. Do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Ooh, Dav Gape went with Max Payne and Zach went Spec Ops: The Line. It is Max Payne. Maxwell. Then I think it went to Rockstar, and then it's not really done much in a while. Which is sad. Because we mentioned it last week, as Dav Weeks is a big fan of Max Payne. So So yeah. All right, question number 8. Don't quote me on it. I'm bringing this back. Which video game does this famous quote come from? She just needs to realize the only difference between savage and sophisticated is the proper seasoning. Okay? She just needs to realize the only difference between savage and sophisticated is the proper seasoning. Is that
this from a game?
BioShock, Fallout New Vegas, or Nier Automata?
Those are good red herrings. Because it could be any one of those.
Do you guys have answers?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
BioShock.
Ooh, Dav went BioShock, Zach went Nier Automata. Zach, did you say they were good red herrings?
They are.
They are very good red herrings because it's Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. Could easily be in any of those.
I literally typed that out and deleted
Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, it was. Yeah, do you know, I've never played Fallout New Vegas. I downloaded it onto Game Pass, but then I realised with Game Pass, I've downloaded like 50 games, and I'm not going to play them all.
Yeah.
So I have to just realise that I'm not going to get through them all. So I deleted it because I was like, I'm going to play. There's other stuff I want to play.
So it's a big game as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Big commitment.
Jonny, what I do is I have a group. You can create groups.
Yes.
Yeah, I make a group of all the Game Pass games that I plan to play, put them in order of what I want to play.
Good shout.
And if I'm looking for something to play, I go, right, what's next on the list? And I go, oh, great, Dishonored.
That's a good shout. I'm just not as organised as... My life is a shambles, Dav. My life is a shambles.
Take 5 minutes to avoid future shambles with your new Game Pass Cube.
Shall I just get a phone call from you, right, Jonny? You can play this now. Right,
yeah.
I don't care.
Jonny, mate, 12 minutes. Get it.
Maybe we should get the people in the podcast chat to decide. You just put up all the list of your games up.
Yeah, list the games up.
We say, this is what you're playing this week, Jonny.
Great.
This is what you're playing.
Great. Question number 9. The Gamecube turned 20 this week. What a fantastic console, by the way. What a great console.
Great console.
I loved it. I really loved my GameCube.
Really pushed forward the idea of having a handle for the games console.
See, honestly, it's weird because I look back on the GameCube on this collection of games and I'm like, it had so many bangers. Like the thing that did it for it is because Nintendo was so obsessed with like piracy and stuff. Like, we're gonna make our CD so small you can't do anything. Like, so I can't watch DVDs. And like, no, I'll go buy a PS2 instead. Because I can. Yeah. Anyway, GameCube turned 20 this week, and what I want to know is, which game do I think is the best GameCube... No, that's not the question. The question is, what year was the GameCube discontinued?
Because we all know the answer would have been Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
I was going to say Wind Waker, but you definitely nailed it on the head with Master Quest.
The chat decided you play next, John. Yaris. In a Toyota Yaris. That's what the challenge is. Whilst I'm driving.
Hey, it's on Xbox Live Arcade.
There we go.
Playable on Xbox Series X.
What year was the GameCube discontinued? Was it 2007, 2008, or 2009?
When did the Wii come out?
I know when the Wii came out. Don't tell him.
It's in the question. I'll just give Dav that hint.
No, when did the Wii come out?
Oh, the Wii, sorry. Not the GameCube, yes. That's a very good point. It's not in the question. It's not in the question.
Well, I know that there's been 4 years of...
I was so excited for the Wii coming out because I think I would have been 12, I guess, and it was when Twilight Princess was coming out.
Oh yeah.
And they teased about it for 3 years or some crazy shit. They were talking about it for ages. I was so hyped for it.
There was there's that really famous Twilight Princess video on YouTube, isn't it, where Miyamoto comes out with a sword and a shield, and everyone's like,
yeah. No, well, yeah, absolutely. Because it was how many? Actually, I'm not going to say how many years because you give this whole thing away.
Right, I got.
You got an answer?
I think I got
3, 2, 1,
this.
Press enter. Ooh, Dav says 2008, Zach says 2009. The answer is 2009.
Oh.
Get in.
Very tight this week, gents. Very tight scores. Where is...
Which is mad, because the Wii came out in 2006.
Yeah. They really... It's so...
They always do that, don't they? Always just we'll just keep it going.
Unless it's the Wii U where they stop doing it. They just discontinue before the Switches even come out. It's like, no, we're stopping. Here it is. I'm just going to do a little spin to start off. Here is the Wheel of Misfortune. Are you ready, gents?
Yep.
Here we go. The person is Dav G.
No pressure for getting the Donkey Kong Country question.
Yeah, jeez.
On what planet did humans first encounter the Covenant? Harvest, Onyx, or Reach? Reach, baby, reach. I know that's not the song, but I just like saying it.
This is
Harvest, Onyx, or Reach?
This is really hard because I'm pretty sure this is only in the books. I'm sure this is not.
Oh, is it? Is it? I apologize. I figured Dav to be a diehard Halo fan because he knows an awful lot about it.
It is in the books, which I haven't read, but I know that there's the Fall of Reach, which is one of the books. This is like roughly what Halo Reach is based on, but that wouldn't have been where they first met the Covenant, right? So I've got an answer.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. You boys press enter. Ooh, you both went with Harvest, and do you know what? Both right. It's Harvest.
Yeah.
It's Harvest. How about that? Harvest. Did it have a moon? Harvest moon. That'd be nice. Can you imagine that?
It had 64 of them.
Master Chief just heads on up the Harvest moon. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Gents, this was really, really close this week.
No way.
There's half a point in it. Half a point.
Half a point? Yeah. Who got half a point?
Well, Dav got half a point.
Oh, you got half a point at the beginning.
But, yes, he did.
It's bullshit.
As many points as you.
I think you did.
Dav had a score of a half a point with it. So Zach had 3 points. Dav Gape had half a point and another 2.
Oh!
Which means Zach won by half a point.
Wow, that was really... I thought you had it, man. I thought it was all
a very,
you.
very close one. Also, I put some really tricky ones in there this week because it's been.
You did.
I can't believe I didn't get Donkey Kong.
I thought Donkey Kong would have sealed it as well.
If you'd have played it on the original instrument, I would have got it.
But I just played the game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I was about 4 keys lower than it actually is. This was like. But that's the end. That's the end of this week's podcast, episode 69. Zach and Dav are very excited for episode 420, as we've said earlier. So we've got a long time to wait until then. Thank you very much for watching or listening or just being our friends. We are going to say goodbye now.
I'm going to be streaming, but we're saying goodbye.
We're saying goodbye. So if you are listening to us on a podcast, we're going to say goodbye. But our lives are going to continue, and Dav is going to go and play some games. So, goodbye, friends.
We're finishing Knack.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.